What's going on, everybody? It's Dick. We're back here in the shop with the Buick, getting started on some cleanup here. So a little update, just been plugging away at getting the front end kind of back down to what we need so we can paint it, get it sanded up a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but just a nice fresh coat. We went ahead and hacked off the AC line fittings. Those are probably going to be replaced. We took out the condenser. If he goes through and does make that underdash AC work, he's going to have to upgrade some stuff or do some updating. So anyways, that stuff just came right out. I got the thing super clean. I took it outside, threw it on jack stands as high as I could, and then I used Easy Off like a MFer, and it works really good. This stuff's really awesome. Just be very careful. It's really harmful to your lungs and honestly to your skin too. So you got to be very careful. I'm not sure, like, especially how it is with the environment where you're at. You know, I'm not recommending it, but it does work really good. So last night we actually got the motor too. So this is a 4.8. It's actually a Gen 4 rod 4.8. Looking at these 13mm valley cover bolts, it should be. It's got 862s. It looks really clean. He said it was pretty high mileage, but overall I think it should work. It has a Holley swap pan on it, and then it has some mounts that he had already figured out from his other car. So we're gonna use this swap pan and these mounts that I already had, make life hopefully a little bit easier. Now for these Holley pans, you have to cut up the windage tray a little bit, so he hadn't done that yet. So I'm gonna go through the motor and we're gonna do the nice Jegs cam that was actually in Katie's car. Same thing, otherwise known as the Sloppy Stage 2. You guys probably know about it. It's a great cam, it's cheap. Always get a new cam retainer plate, so we got one of those. Some oil pan gasket. Then we got some Pack 1218 springs, a Melling M295, and yeah, that's kind of the combo right there for me. I really think that when I go through a motor, that's totally worthwhile. I think I'm still waiting on a timing chain. I think the timing chain comes in today with the other half of the Summit order. Some new valve cover gaskets. This is actually the Evil Energy PTFE fitting and line from Amazon. I've been really wanting to try it, and we're going to try it on this one. So I'm excited about that. I'll let you know what I think. And whenever I do these swaps from now on, especially after Katie's car, I will always be getting a Tanks Inc. Tank, because the kit, I mean, if they have them for the car, it just makes life so easy. Let me flip around and show you this tank. Tank comes, it's coated, it's baffled, it has all brand new like straps, rubber piece. We got the grommets. We don't have the other half of it's shipped from Summit in 2 halves, so we'll get the other half. But I'll actually show you how you set these up. It's super simple if you've done one. It's not a big deal. You're basically just cutting the distance for the pickup and how high the pump's gonna sit in or the depth of the pump. Yeah, that was really difficult for me to say. But they just, I don't know, they just work really good, especially for a car like this. It's gonna be a driver. You're not having any issues with the sump. Go fast cars or budget cars, I don't care. I'll sump them all day long. Sumps are great, especially like if you can just do all the work yourself. You save yourself money, but you work a lot harder. Or fuel cell. I mean, fuel cells are great too. $150 on eBay, and I get it. So for that kind of stuff, absolutely. But for the other side of things, like if you want to drive it a lot and you just don't want to have issues, you want to just, I don't know, everything's done back there. You know, you have all brand new lines, all brand new rubber, all that stuff. You have the nice rollover hose, all that crap. It's good, it's done. I like that. Makes me feel better. Always get my face dirty somehow. I don't know how that happens, so just stop touching my face. There she is. This is kind of my morning update. I'm gonna check in with you guys a little bit here. I gotta kind of get to work on it. But when you come back, you should be seeing a nice, hopefully painted engine bay, and then somewhat reassembled with the grill. And I can start getting to work on this motor today is kind of the plan. We'll see how much we can get done. Got to kind of keep myself on a schedule here, so filming will be a little bit more structured than usual, I think. and see how dirty my face is, but we're gonna roll with it. It's a little bit of like a midday update. It's like 2 o'clock. I'm gonna keep working until about 6:30. So I'm making some progress, and I don't want to leave you guys behind. So let's do like a flip around. I'll show you where we're at, and then kind of do an end of the day wrap up. So I think it's pretty fair. Making some progress here. We got the grill back in. Got it painted up. He's gonna swap control arms later. So those will go away, and then it's actually going to get a different master cylinder, because I think he's going to disc brakes, so the master cylinder is the same. But we painted up the brake booster, the whole pretty much the whole engine bay is all painted up, sanded down, and somewhat coming back together. As I'm doing that, I've actually started ripping the motor apart. I was going to show you really quick. On this thing, you'll see, if you have a 4.8 and you're curious if it's a 4.8, one of the ways to tell is that the crank will be marked 482. So a 4.8 crank is 482. There's a couple other things, but that's just one cool thing I was going to show you. Going through this thing, it's a Gen 4 rod motor. It actually looks pretty clean. He said it was really high mileage. I could tell the chain was pretty loose. But every time I'm in here from now on, I will replace the chain, and I will replace the cam retaining plate. That is just a 100% must. And honestly, if I'm doing stuff for people, it'll also get a new oil pump wherever that is. At the very minimum, just a 295 replacement pump. It's just too easy. You're already there. Why not do it? Because pretty much everything we're doing is going to get a cam and springs. It's mandatory here. That way you sound cool, right? On this one, he's using a Holley swap pan. We're going to go ahead and get that cleaned up. Got to do a little bit of cutting up on the windage tray. You can see that in their instructions. It's not a big deal. As the days gone by, we did get the rest of the tank's ink kit. So I'll be able to do that. Maybe I'll make that its own video, or maybe in the next video that'll be in there. What's really interesting too is you can see here between the rocker arms, these are actually really clean rocker arms for being in the motor. But what's funny is one set of push rods and rocker arms is cleaner. You'll see that in motors where one side's cleaner and one side's not as clean, just by how the oil's being distributed in the oil galleries. At this point, one, I need to stop touching my face because I'm so dirty, and two, I think I'm pretty much gonna either keep going really fast because of how caffeinated I am, or I'm gonna pass out. So yeah, we'll see what happens. End of the day update after this. There it is, the end of the day. Got quite a bit done. Went ahead and got the motor pretty much ready to go. I got in here and did the timing chain, the cam retainer plate, the oil pump, the pickup tube. Went ahead and cleaned up the pan. I cut the windage tray for the oil pan, all that stuff. That's all knocked out. I even just did the valve springs, and then got all the rockers back on, torqued them to 24. Everything's been torqued. The stuff that needs Loctite's been Loctited. Pretty much do the front cover tomorrow, and then whenever I pull the motor off the stand, I'll do the rear cover and do the rear mainsail. Just kind of, I'm out of it. That was a lot of work. I think probably go inside, grab something to drink, hang out with Katie. She's most likely cooking. I've been working till about 5:45 or 6, and I took it a little later tonight. I just wanted to knock that out. I don't like leaving stuff like that in the middle. I kind of want to complete a job, that way I know exactly where I'm at and I can get on from there the next day. Sorry, I'm just a little toast. It's been a long day, but it's been a rewarding day, and we've knocked out a lot of stuff. So I think in the next week, I would say we'll have motor trans in for sure, rear probably in, and then fuel system all done. So look forward to making some more videos. I might just cut these all into one video, I realized today. So if the cuts are a little off, it is what it is. So that's it for today. Tomorrow, here we are back again, getting close. I got this thing pretty much ready to go. Went through, did the front and rear covers, all the other stuff. We already talked a little bit about that. I got the torque converter bolts are all in. As I said before, this trans was rebuilt. To my knowledge, I got new bell housing bolts. We have what else we have? We painted it up a little bit,
got the motor mounts on, you know, got it all cleaned up, got my lift plate back on it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and try to toss her in. I need to get this, basically this cross member working. And it might take 1 or 2 tries with the motor, but right now we're just gonna go ahead and give her a run. This might be the last time it goes in. I might have to pop it out one more time, but honestly, that stuff doesn't really bother me. It's pretty easy, so let's try to get it in. I also just ordered some stuff from Mike at Monkey Fab. Caught up with him on the phone. I needed some reducers from the headers from a 3-inch down to 2.5 inch. He makes a slick little V-band reducer. And then we got another set of V-bands so that way you can drop out the center section of exhaust. I'll show you all that when we get there. But that's one of the things I'm gonna have to do is weld up on the headers and then before we do any type of final fitment. So just wanted to throw that in there.